Hello everybody! Salty Sweet Ren here, and welcome back to more of our Sims 4 Werewolves Let's Play! And I'm here with Grace, who's playing a round of horseshoes and drinking a glass of water after her pretty awful, disastrous transformation last episode. Well, she's also feeling pretty miserable here in the rain. I should also mention, I am having her drink a glass of water because I have reinstalled my mods. Or at least the majority of them. They should be working. I think I'll technically have to restart before my wonderful whim settings are back in place, but it also explains why Kathy felt the need to grab so many glasses of water. I guess if you finished this one, I will just put in the sink for you. Whenever like my Sims just go and grab tons and tons and tons of water, that's something I can't seem to stop. So I wound up finding a mod that like lets me know when they need to get a drink, so I can reduce that in a manual way. So, anyways, ignore that for now. But yeah, after Grace kind of did her little rampage thing, ran into Kathy's bedroom and out, Kathy is not entirely sure if that was real or just a crazy nightmare or something. She's pretty sure that the werewolf coming into her room, like, that was probably just a crazy dream she had, but seeing a werewolf outside might have been real. Like, maybe that was, like, the part where, like, oh, you wake up from the dream, but, like, you wound up having that part of the dream because of something that actually happened. I don't know, I'm just making this up. I don't even know if I'm making sense. But she is thinking about, like, asking Grace about, like, the whole, like, wolves thing, at least. Like, she wants to broach the subject carefully. She wants to talk about... Oh, you just want to keep sleeping. Hang on a second. Go ahead. Why don't the two of you actually play the horseshoes game together? I think it'd be good for you. You guys kind of have to have a little bit of a chat anyway. I've barely had them interact with each other, and they're roommates. They need to start chatting with each other. And tonight Grace does get increased relationship gain whenever chatting with another person. Go ahead and ask Grace, like, oh, so how are you doing today? I don't think we really talk that much. They're just gonna kind of chat in general, I think. I think we'll do gossip and stuff. We're gonna be doing some stuff to like try and show like they are learning to become friends, and I'm clicking the wrong person. I'm just doing generic conversation topics, see like where this conversation goes. So basically Kathy is going to be talking to Grace like, you know, last night I was woken up by a lot of howling and stuff. I think I saw a wolf outside. Is that pretty common around here? And Grace is kind of like, oh crap, was that me? Or did she see like another werewolf? Are they actually getting close to the house? I don't want them driving Kathy away. So she's gonna be, wolves are common around here. Like, there's also a whole pack of stray dogs kind of wanders around. They tend to howl sometimes too. It could have been one of them that you saw. Who knows? And then I was gonna say Kathy was gonna ask about that book that kind of dirt-covered book that was like lying out, but once again, it's been put away. I'm putting it back out because I want it to be lying out for Kathy to read at some point. But yeah, there's like this book that's kind of been lying around, and Kathy's like, oh hey, what's the deal with that book over there? It doesn't look like it belongs with all the rest. And Grace is like, oh yeah, I just kind of like found it lying around outside. It didn't look like it should just be lying around, so I brought it home. I don't even know why. I barely even read any of these books. And I think Kathy's gonna be curious about it. So once they wrap up their game of horseshoes, I think that Kathy's gonna actually read it. Because she's curious about it. She's curious about the goings-on in this town. I don't think she's really getting the idea that Grace is hiding any secrets. Oh, are they friends now? Oh, that is great. I think, yes, they're friends now. That is great. I think that, like, their conversation's also going to turn from, like, werewolves to, like, just kind of friendly banter about the horseshoes game. Like, hey, you're pretty good at this. Have you been doing this long? Come on, like, when you live out in a place like this, you kind of have to get good at it, you know? There's not really much else to do, and, like, this is fun, you know? I just love hanging out outdoors. So how is it, like, being out here, like, after being in the big city? You think you could get the hang of living out here? Oh yeah, totally. I totally could, like... I don't know. I don't chat with enough people to like know what a conversation would entail that isn't about Dungeons and Dragons. Ask to push on swing. Oh, that's cute. Hey, are you getting kind of itchy or something? Like, oh yeah, I just kind of like a leaf landed on me. Like, it's all good though, you know. Oh, she has to pee. She's tired from low energy, and she's a big sad wolf from feeling guilty around someone nearby. Oh, what happened? Hang on, is there a sentiment? Big sad wolf. Grace accidentally frightened Kathy with her werewolfy ways. People close to Grace deserve better than that. Oh, yeah, Grace is actually feeling guilty about scaring Kathy. Like, before it was just a matter of, oh yeah, I don't want to, like, she's gonna go and tell their people, but, like, she's realizing, hey, Kathy's actually pretty cool. I hope it wasn't me that scared her. There was an option for apologize. I'm not gonna say she's apologizing, like, for scaring her, but she's gonna be like, hey, sorry for not used to it. I know it can be a little confusing, but, like, if you need any advice, you can always ask me about stuff. Like, you don't have to worry, alright? I promise you. Oh my gosh. I love how every time, like, there's a werewolf around, Kathy's got her back turned. There was a time when she ran past, like, a couple of fighting werewolves, and her back was, like, just exactly angled so she couldn't see it every turn on the path. Oh, they become good friends! They're actually really getting along, I think. How long does the game of Horseshoes usually last? I think they've been playing for a few hours now. And she does need to use the bathroom. I think she's gonna be like, hey, sorry, we kind of need to cut this short a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and cut the horseshoes short a little bit. I don't know who won. What are you doing? Spreading beastly rumors? Wait a second, are you like spreading rumors about werewolves? I think she might be going like, so, what do you think about what, did you think it was a werewolf out there? Do you really think werewolves could be real? And you, don't put it away. I want you to actually read this book. Read The Diary of Gregorius Lundvik. So right now, Kathy's actually, like, decided there seem to be entire passages along the pages written in indecipherable language. The only thing Kathy can make out are some symbols that look like the moon. Once again, like, this is the second time she's encountered a book like this. Like, she's already been, like, she's looked at some books in the library, but, like, this one's not a children's book this time. This one is, like, a legitimate, like, just someone's diary that's lying around with pages written in an indecipherable language. So why the heck does she have it? And, like, what was it doing outside? This is someone's diary. It's also got stuff written in this same language. Who knows what's going on here? Oh, I was about to say, like, you know, in the original live stream, it showed, like, some of the passages from the book, but here's some passages from the book. Brutus is growing older. Before my transformation, when I was like any other spellcaster, he was my familiar. But that particular connection is now lost. We still share a kinship in the moon itself, and our sharp fangs, our fighting prowess. In a way, he has become my brother, and I am already weary of how it will feel to watch him slow down. So, whoever this was, like, when I was like any other spellcaster, it says, before their transformation. So, this is somebody's diary, and they were writing about being a spellcaster, so she's very curious. Like, this gregarious person was once a spellcaster, and Brutus was their familiar. Who was Brutus? Oh. I just realized, like, she's getting surrounded by some of the red. She should be, like, hanging out more outdoors. It's part of the reason I set all this stuff up for her. And yet she winds up hanging out indoors most of the time. She really does struggle to keep her fury down because she's a restless animal. Though it is also some incentive for her to, like, go out of her way to, like, get out. There might be more to discover if Kathy gives this book another read. Now, there might be, but I think, like, she is a little bit clever. Here's the thing. When she was, like, in town before, like, there was all this stuff that was saying, like, beware of Greg. Now, she doesn't know who the heck Greg is or why she needs to beware of Greg. But, like, Greg could potentially be short for Gregorius, whatever it was. Gregarious, yeah? Gregorius, yeah. I thought it was Gregarious. And she might be like, what, is this Gregorious person, like, someone that nobody wants to be around? Are they considered dangerous somehow? But she's still feeling like, well, it might be a good idea to, like, find them and return their book to them. And on top of that, it's like there's all, like, this beware of stuff. And when she was on her jog, she saw these no trespassing signs with a little rundown house over past them. And she might be wondering, well, if this is, like, what if this is where this Gregorious person lives? At the very least, even if like, they don't answer their door, like, I know technically we're not supposed to trespass, but we could, like, knock on the door, and if they don't answer, we could just leave the book on their doorstep. It'll be fine. So now that she's done reading for now, and she is going to go ahead and, like, see, like, hey, maybe that's where this Gregorious person lives? Alright. And we're about here. It's about nighttime now. There's a fog over the land. And there he is. So, I don't think, like, from this distance, I don't think that she's quite noticed him yet in the fog. I'm gonna have her kind of come up to, like, just the entrance of this land. Then she hears the howling. And then she sees Greg, who has a plate of steak. Honestly, she might be a little bit nervous. I'm gonna have her go a little bit closer, I think. She doesn't have the moodlet of, like, something watching, though. Oh, now she is. Now she's feeling a little bit like something's watching, something nearby. Kathy has a distinct creepy feeling that someone or something was watching her. I think she's going to maybe cry Greg, attempt to distract, attempt to communicate. I'm gonna have her cry Greg, like, not necessarily, like, I know it's supposed to be, like, kind of like crying wolf, but I'm gonna have her cry Greg as a way of being like, are you Greg? Like, on one hand, she's figured out werewolves are real. She was absolutely not expecting an actual Greg to be a werewolf. But come to think of it, she probably should have, considering the book was about, like, a transformation and, like, fangs and such. And now, like, this proves, like, some of her theories about, like, werewolves are right. Right? Right? So she's going to cry Greg. This is not what I expected Cry Greg to be. Are you just panicking in place? Oh, and it's raining. And she's just like, oh, it's raining, I guess. I'm gonna say that's her way of being, are you Greg? Well, also kind of nervous. Let's attempt to communicate with Greg. Hey, are you Greg? Or Gregorius, I guess? And he does not want to talk. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, she's running away. She's terrified from being near a rampaging werewolf. The way she's running away, though. Okay, never mind. That was the most hilarious way of running away. Oh, and there's, like, eyes in the trees over there. In the shadows. Greg doesn't seem happy with us, but let's attempt to distract him from his wrath. We're gonna try and, like, still communicate with him. I don't know what that was, but he just seems confused. Is he walking away? I have no idea what the heck happened. Let's attempt to communicate again. I don't know. We're trying to get through to Greg. I don't know what's gonna happen when this distraction wears off, but... Oh, hey! I saw the check mark next to the communication thing. And he's just walking away from us. Okay. Good talk, Greg. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting from this conversation. Is this a conversation? I literally... Where are you going? Let's do a friendly introduction. Now that we can actually chat, let's be like, okay, so, it's nice to meet you, Greg. Are you Greg? My name's Kathy. Oh, he has a positive thought about us. We think Greg is rude, but I saw the thing, and Greg thinks that we are reasonable. How nice to meet a sim who seems as reasonable, well-balanced as Kathy. You know what, that's actually very good. Let's just keep trying to ask for Greg's gift. I don't know what that means. I think it means get bit. Let's ask about Moonwood Mill from Greg. Like, so have you lived here for long? What do you know about the town? Do you even go into town? I put up those signs for a reason. You'd think Sims would learn to read them. Let's try and brighten his day, I suppose. We don't have an option to apologize for walking through, but I will say this is our way of apologizing. The fact that we're actually getting along with Greg, who is mean and a loner, is actually kind of surprising, but I think we're close to becoming friends with Greg. The fact that Greg is like doing that kind of stalking thing while carrying an umbrella is actually pretty hilarious to me. Let's go over here and... Oh, I think Greg's not happy. He's worn off the distraction bit stuff. Ask about Moonwood Mill again? Maybe? I don't know how well this is gonna go. I hated the noise from the old mill. After they shut it down, I tore it apart and dragged it into the tunnels where it can be forgotten. Now it can't be rebuilt. Oh, that's interesting. Greg is actually... We're telling a dramatic story. Like, oh, that's crazy. You know, the most that I've seen happen is like in the city. Like, there's this crazy festival. Once somebody actually set themselves and their whole family off with a firework, and then they started laughing so hard that they died. Like, it was crazy. Just a little callback to my whimsy legacy. We're friends with Greg! That's actually cool. We're becoming friends with Greg. You know what? I am happy about that. Envious of enthusiasm. From someone enthusing about feeling great, I suppose I should feel happy for them feeling so good, but I guess I'm actually a little jealous. Why are you jealous of that? You're feeling happy too. What? Well, let's express some admiration for Greg for living his life the way that he does, I suppose. Like, you know, I've always really admired werewolves and other, like, so-called mythological beings, but you're actually super cool. Oh, and after this, I guess Greg's gonna leave. You know what? That's fine. Okay. Well, the fact that we get along with Greg so well already, like I was not expecting us to actually get along with Greg. But you know what? Good for us. Oh, he's telling us an inside joke. I was not expecting this to go well. I don't think anybody would expect this. Greg just became good friends with... We're just straight up becoming good friends with Greg. Are we and Greg gonna be like best friends? Well, Greg is leaving, but he seems pretty happy. So I guess it's time for us to go home too. Let's go ahead and do that. We're getting pretty tired, but we do have like one last thing we need to do for our job, honestly. We have one last marketing copy that we need to write up and then get approved. So I'm gonna do that, I think, before we finish up for at least this day. There's gonna be more days ahead, I think. And Grace is awake, but she is really getting close to her fury going all the way up. But she's outside scavenging the ground, so she can do whatever, I guess. Found the limestone. You know, I'm gonna have you continue, like, scavenge the ground in more places. Oh, you can sleep under the moon. I should have you start doing that, because you don't like to be indoors. Alright, this is slogan 3. That's all we need to call it, and we're gonna just send it off. We're gonna send it to the client for approval, and it's all gonna be fine. Approved! This is exactly what you're looking for, and we're on the road to fame. Interesting. I was not expecting that. The marketing execs are impressed at Kathy's modern take on marketing copy. Not only did they decide to use the slogan she ultimately submitted, but they think there's a lot of value in the off-the-cuff ideas she dropped in their initial discussion. So much so that they decided to pay her an additional bonus. Nice. Anyways, I'm gonna let her just take care of herself for now. Grace is out here doing some scavenging. And the limestone we can sell. Some common upgrade parts. This is stuff that doesn't sell that well, though. So as you can see, this is exactly why she's always, like, struggled to pay her own bills. This is the reason. Oh my gosh. Christopher Volkov is here, another local werewolf. Just kind of ran up to our house, howled outside, and then ran off. Oh, we found an alabaster. Meanwhile, I think that Grace is, not Grace, Kathy has finished eating and is going to bed. Oh, you're so close to getting another ability point. Oh, we found something else scavenging, a Were Living magazine. Get the lowdown all things werewolf. Guts and glory. Who's sparring with who? Top 100 most beautiful howling spots. Learning to love the beast within. 29 meaty recipes worth trying. And Grace is now a werewolf runt. She's starting to get the hang of this werewolf thing. This sim has a new temperament that affects how she navigates the world and what causes fury to bubble over. Be sure to check out the new abilities too. So what's our new temperament? Night Wolf. Night wolves prefer sleeping during the day and gain fury when deviating from a nocturnal sleep cycle. Interesting. So I guess that they're going to be hanging out a lot more outside now, I suppose? And I can have them... Oh, there's some new stuff. Voracious hunger. Hunter, learn to hunt for food. The will to resist. Regain control while rampaging. With some added mental fortitude, a large dollop of willpower, and a few breathing exercises, Grace can now attempt to regain control after losing it and entering a rampage. If successful, Grace will immediately stop rampaging. I'm gonna do this immediately, because I think that'll get us closer to transformation mastery. There's a somber howl, which reduces fury. Enhanced smell, which sniffs out information and treasure. I'm definitely going with the will to resist first thing. Because our fury is once again getting pretty high, and I don't want to, like... Again, we want to avoid scaring Kathy. But, you know, I'm gonna be, like, leaving this on the table, like, this is laying out. She got in the mail, and now it's just like, huh, what's this magazine? When Kathy wakes up. They just keep scavenging the ground non-stop. I can't make them stop. We found another limestone. You know, people are already making some werewolf mods I might try and install, like one that makes the experience a little more similar to how it is in vampires. That might be interesting to see. There's another that affects how the fated mate stuff works. Though I'm gonna be trying to avoid fated mate related stuff in this game because I've got a little bit of a thing I want to do. Mooncaster pot lid. The engravings on this relic are encrypted with strange symbols. Only werewolves who have experienced a lunar epiphany can decipher it. So we've got a lot of things that have strange symbols on them. Oh, your fury is getting pretty high, yeah. Grace is losing their grip on humanity and will soon give in to the beast. But yeah, Grace is reaching the point where their eyes are starting to glow red and they definitely need to go somewhere to avoid scaring anybody. I'm gonna have you go and scavenge up here. And then maybe sleep under the moon up here? Or technically you wouldn't be sleeping under the moon, but you are a nocturnal sleeper. So you go ahead, head on up there. You need to get away before you freak out your new friend. Oh, you just woke up on your own. And the transformation is happening! And I need to, once again, change you in Cass at some point, because I don't want my werewolves wearing clothes. But, what we can do while you're up here, even though you're enraged, we can have you try and regain control. Did that work? I don't think it worked. Can I try again? That was mentally taxing. Grace needs a second before trying that again. Okay, well, Kathy, has no idea this is happening. I'm gonna keep an eye on Grace. Yeah, go ahead and scavenge the ground. At the very least... No, I'm actually not gonna say in case I jinx myself. I know my luck. The second I say it, there's gonna be a jinx. How long until I can try again? It says a second, but how long is a second? Has it been like an hour? Try and regain control again. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. We've regained control! Transformation mastery unlocked! Grace has learned how to transform at will! Excellent! But we're feeling a bit uncomfortable from the worst headache imaginable, from recovering after a werewolf rampage. That never gets more pleasant. But the good news is, we have learned how to control the transformation. So that's awesome, I think. Honestly though, we should go and grab something to eat. In the meantime, Kathy should go for one of her jogs. Technically, my main purpose for having Kathy going on her jogs is already over. I feel like as we're passing, Kathy's kind of like, "Geez, you look like you got like hit by a you look like you look like death rose over or something. You okay?" And Grace is like, I felt better. I'm just gonna phase through a wall as if everything's totally fine." And Simba, you're blocking my screen. I have been recording for a while. Is this a sign that I need to wrap up, buddy? But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Sims 4 Werewolf series. And oh my gosh, do you not like the decor? I purposely didn't do anything about the decor. Why do you dislike patio decor? Maybe it's just because you're so used to the city stuff. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this episode, be sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you aren't already, consider subscribing. Subscribing is completely free, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. But it really helps out the channel if you do. So guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the future. Stay safe out there, everybody.